Hey guys, my name is Anissa and welcome to my channel. I am a registered nurse. I currently work on a labor and delivery and postpartum unit, so mom and baby unit, in a remote-ish rural community in Northern Ontario. I'm actually finishing off my first travel nursing contract. So I have worked in L&D for about a year now, and I absolutely love it. Previous to that, I worked 3 months and not even 3 months. Why am I saying 3 months? Ignore that. It was more than 3 months, to be honest. But I started off in long-term care. I think that's what everyone does. Like, I personally couldn't find a job. My mom worked in like a long-term care facility and basically handed in my resume for me on my behalf. I was applying everywhere. I don't know if it was just because like I was applying for jobs in a province that I didn't go to school in. So yeah, because I didn't go to school in Ontario, so I don't know if that's what made it hard for me, but I definitely found it hard. I was applying as a new grad. I wasn't really hearing back from anyone. It's like they wanted this 1-year experience in a field, but it's like, how are you going to get that experience when they're not going to give it to you? So that was that's what I found hard personally. So I started off in long-term care, and then I finally got my first job on the labor and delivery unit. It was a very busy unit. I learned a lot. I actually did my first practicum in labor and delivery, and I enjoyed it. So I was like, I don't know, let me see how it is working in this field, because it's always different when you're a student and you're not actually like an employee on the floor. Sometimes I find that, like, I don't know, it's just a bit different. So yeah, then I actually worked the floor for about 8 months, and a lot of stuff was happening just in my life. It was like a transitional period for me, and I've always wanted to go into travel nursing. So I saw a post on Indeed, and so I applied for it. I saw that they needed 1-year experience, but you know, like, I always hear stories about people just saying like, oh, I got my dream job and I wasn't qualified for it, but hey, I just applied for it. So, you know, I just did the same thing. I was like, hey, let me just apply for it. Let's see where it goes. I ended up getting a call back a couple days later, did a little phone interview. They called me back again and offered me the position like a couple days after that. And I was like, wow, like, this is a great opportunity, a great learning opportunity. And this is kind of like getting me into travel nursing, which I've always wanted to do. So I ended up quitting my job and taking a 3-month contract in the boonies. Not the boonies, but hey, it's like the middle of nowhere basically. Yeah, so that's how I got into travel nursing. So I posted a Q&A on my Instagram page, just seeing if anyone had any questions. Okay, so let me just jump into the Q&A. So people had a question just regarding my living situation. So with the agency that I applied with, they provided the living situation. I know but just by watching videos of like people who do travel nursing in the States, they get the option of kind of getting money and paying for their own, or like finding their own living situation, versus they basically get 2 options. They can either take the money, find their own living situation, or they can take the living situation offered to them. In this case, I didn't really have that option. I just had the living situation offered to me, which is cool. I actually ended up filming a house tour because a lot of people just wanted to see like where I lived, what the situation was like, and I will be dropping that soon. So my living situation is just that. It is like a townhouse sort of situation that was provided by the hospital through the agency, has 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, it's 2 floors, there's laundry. I think you'll see more when you see the video, to be honest, but yeah, I had a roommate initially, which I absolutely loved. I really liked, I love my roommate. She was like the coolest girl ever, and I was really sad when she left because I've been home alone ever since, which I honestly don't mind. Going into it, I actually requested having being on my own, but I honestly do miss my roommate. Like it's cool having somebody to come home with, having someone to like walk to work with. So yeah, that's my living situation. Another question that was asked to me was, do travel nurses get paid more? Which is duh. Alhamdulillah, like, yeah, travel nurses actually do get paid more. If you're a nurse, I would advise you to look into travel nursing if you're able to. I know people have situations where they just can't, it doesn't work with their lifestyle. So another question that was asked to me was, how long are the nursing contracts? Honestly, it varies from agency to agency, from location to location. The contract that I'm completing right now is 3 months long, so it just depends on you and what you prefer, I guess, which is great. Another question I got asked was, do I enjoy it? Honestly, I love travel nursing. I feel like I've learned so much in the span of like 3 months. Yeah, I think the only like con I would say is that like the nurse to patient ratio on the floor. So it's literally like 2 nurses, 3 labor and delivery rooms, and 2, 3, 4, 5 postpartum beds. I don't know how the nurses there don't get burnt out, because shit, I'm burnt out. That's all I have to say. Another question was, how did I get into travel nursing? I kind of explained that in my like intro. It's basically been something I've always wanted to do, and I was just at a point in life where I was like, you know what, let me just do it. I hate being stagnant in life. I always feel like there's room for improvement. There's always opportunities out there in life. So another question was, where am I currently located? And any future locations. So I think I mentioned this earlier. I'm currently located in like northern Ontario. I think the population is about 5,000 people in this town. It's not a city, it's a town. I would personally like to call it rural, but hey, that's just me. Nothing against the place, absolutely love it. I love that it's quiet and stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm located right now. Future locations, I've been looking at locations that are closer to the GTA, about like 2 hours away from Toronto. I've also been looking at locations in BC. So we'll see where I end up. The next question was, what agencies are you signed up with? So I'm signed up with a couple agencies. I've always heard that it's good to kind of like, with more agencies, you get more options. So I'm signed up with Curega, Staffing Solutions, Select Medical Connections, and I'm sure there's like tons of other nursing agencies out there, like travel nursing agencies. And by the way, these are all based in Canada, so if you're looking to become a travel nurse in Canada, I would definitely look into these agencies. Any tips? So I think my tip would be not to quit your job. Because like, what if I didn't like travel nursing? I would essentially have to reapply for an L&D position, which at times can be hard, but that's just a tip. I know some travel nurses who pick up small, like shorter contracts, are able to actually have like a home-based hospital and then just request like a leave of absence or something of that sort, where like you can just have like talk to your manager and kind of figure things out. I think more so for me, it was like I just wanted something new and I didn't really want to go back to that environment. Nothing wrong with it, just like I just wanted something fresh, and if this wasn't what I wanted to do, I'm sure I would have found something else. Okay, so another question was, well, I'm just gonna summarize the situation. So one of the nurses who contacted me is actually from the UK and was looking to work in Canada or the States. So I just had like a bunch of questions regarding that. So what I would recommend honestly is just to contact the agencies, find where you want to go first. What state, what province, if you want to go to Canada, if you want to go to the States, because things are obviously going to be different. And then I would suggest, like once you contact them, figure out the requirements. When you figure out the requirements, kind of just work on your application and stuff. You most likely will need an NCLEX. Well, you will need to do your NCLEX. And then I would even contact like the, what do you call it? The like licensing body. So like for Ontario, I would contact like the CNO and see if they have any specific requirements. I would look into like applying for a job and then working on getting like your, like if you're planning on like living here, your residency, or like a work visa, something of that sort. I would look into getting. Yeah. Okay, so another question that I got was, do you think you're more of an introvert or extrovert? I am definitely an introvert. Everyone who has met me, well, at work, would say that I'm fairly quiet. It takes me a while to kind of warm up to people. But the thing about nursing that I absolutely love is like that one-to-one, just building that relationship with my patients. I absolutely loved, and I feel like there's moments where I can be extroverted. It just depends on if I'm comfortable in the environment and who's there. Like I could be loud and stuff like that with my friends, but essentially I feel like I'm just more of an introvert. I'm not that person I'm not the loudest person in the room. I'm not outgoing. Definitely things that I need to work on, but I feel like travel nursing has definitely helped a bit. So if you're a fellow introvert, I would say don't be scared to get into travel nursing. It can help you a lot in building your confidence and becoming more outgoing. And honestly, you learn so much by doing travel nursing that it's worth it, you know? But yeah, like if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm honestly like learning this. I made this page so I can document my journey, my travel nursing journey. I want to see where this takes me. And I want to look back and be like, hey, you know, like, look at where I've come. So yeah, this is the start to something new. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for watching this video. I really appreciate it.